Divine Explorers. Welcome back to another video where we explore the deepest secrets and the most thought-provoking stories in the Bible. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notifications for every new post. Don't forget to hit the like button, as it helps us a lot. In today's video, we are going to dive deep into one of the most captivating and dramatic stories from the Bible. It's a tale of power, seduction, betrayal, and eventual redemption, the story of Bathsheba and Uriah. Before we dive deeper into the scandal involving Uriah and Bathsheba, it's vital that we understand the character of the man at the center of it all, King David. David wasn't just any king. He was a shepherd boy turned ruler, a figure known for his bravery, leadership, and deep love for God. He was known for his songs, beautiful songs of praise, adoration, confession, and desperation. David had an intense, personal relationship with God, a relationship so profound that he was described as a man after God's own heart. But why was this so? What made David earn this high regard? David's heart was synchronized with God's in a way that he deeply desired to fulfill God's will. He demonstrated this through his life, in his leadership, in his boldness against Goliath, in his humble acceptance of God's plan. David wasn't perfect. He made mistakes and committed sins, some of them grave and devastating. Yet he had a heart that always turned back to God. David's love for God was authentic and passionate. He did not try to hide his feelings from God. He shouted his joys and cried out his sorrows. He celebrated victories with praise and thanksgiving, and in his darkest moments, he sought God's mercy and forgiveness. This is why David was known as a man after God's own heart, because he possessed a deep, genuine love for God, a willingness to obey him, and a heart of repentance. But, as we are about to delve into, even a man of such profound faith and love for God can stumble greatly. As we explore the story of Uriah and Bathsheba, we see how even the greatest among us can succumb to temptation, and how our actions have consequences that reach far beyond ourselves. And yet, in the midst of it all, God's grace remains. Bathsheba, a beautiful woman, was the wife of Uriah, one of King David's most loyal soldiers. Her story begins when King David sees her bathing on a rooftop. Her beauty ensnares David, and he commands that she be brought to him, leading to an illicit relationship between them. What often gets overlooked, however, is Uriah's story. Uriah the Hittite was not just another soldier, but part of David's elite 30. His commitment to his duty and loyalty to his comrades was unparalleled. Despite King David's repeated attempts to manipulate Uriah into going home to Bathsheba, Uriah refuses, insisting he cannot indulge in personal comforts while his fellow soldiers are battling on the front line. Yet, amidst this tense story, a tragedy unfolds. King David, in an attempt to cover up his affair, orchestrates Uriah's death on the battlefield. Bathsheba, who has now become pregnant with David's child, becomes David's wife after Uriah's death. The story takes a tragic turn, reflecting the dire consequences of power misused and trust betrayed. Now that we understand David's character, let's delve into the tragic events that unfolded. King David didn't just sin in secrecy with Bathsheba. He went even further in an attempt to hide his misdeeds. Uriah, Bathsheba's husband, was a loyal soldier in David's army, and in order to cover his tracks, David decided to use Uriah's military service to his advantage. David sent for Uriah, who was at the battlefront, under the pretense of asking for a war update. His plan was to send Uriah home to Bathsheba, hoping that Uriah would sleep with his wife and then believe that the child Bathsheba carried was his own. But Uriah, out of solidarity with his comrades who were in open fields of battle, refused to enjoy the comforts of home in his wife's company. He slept at the door of the king's house with the other servants and did not go down to his house. When David realized that his plan had failed, he resorted to an even darker scheme. He wrote a letter to Joab, his army commander. In the letter, he ordered Joab to place Uriah in the front line where the battle was fiercest and then to withdraw, leaving Uriah alone to face the enemy forces. Joab did as he was told. Uriah was placed in the heat of the battle, and as the fighting grew intense, Uriah was struck down and died. This is how David, the king who was once a humble shepherd, orchestrated Uriah's death. His moment of lust led to deceit, and deceit led to murder. It's a dark chapter in the life of a man known for his close relationship with God. Yet, it's a reminder for us all that no one is immune to sin and its consequences. But Bathsheba and Uriah's story doesn't end there. Despite the darkness that surrounded their tale, redemption was on the horizon. Bathsheba would later become the mother of Solomon, the wise king who built the first temple of Jerusalem. And Uriah's unwavering loyalty would stand as a testament to righteousness, serving as a stark contrast to David's moral failure at that moment in his life. In the grander narrative of the Bible, this dramatic episode shapes the course of Israel's history, leading to a lineage that ultimately culminates in the birth of Jesus Christ. It's a powerful reminder that God can bring good out of even our worst moments, turning our greatest failures into His greatest victories. Friends, the story of Bathsheba and Uriah compels us to reflect on our own lives. It reminds us that each decision we make can profoundly impact those around us, and it calls us to live with integrity, even when no one is watching. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video enlightening. If you want to delve deeper into such stories, subscribe to our channel. Remember, we are approaching our 1,000 subscriber milestone. As soon as we reach that goal, we'll be hosting an exciting giveaway. So if you haven't already, do subscribe and get your friends to do the same, and you could stand a chance to win. Thank you for your continuous support and love. Stay tuned for more exciting videos. Until then, keep exploring the divine mysteries. God bless you all, and remember, the truth is out there, and it's our divine journey to find it. See you in the next video.